Welcome to Indie Insights. My name is Highsight, and this is And So It Was. This game is really well polished, I have to say, and one thing I want to note is it's both on Steam Greenlight and has an Indiegogo campaign, so if you like anything you see, please check out the game and go support these guys with Indiegogo if you can. But let's just jump right in and check this game out. Start from the Dream tutorial. Dream. You just gonna stand there? Get a move on. Move with right click. Now this is all going to be narrated in the future. Every subtitle you see right here is going to be narrated. Right now that's just not it's in the works, it's just not quite ready yet. The trailer had a general idea, a little teaser of what it was going to sound like, and it looks like it was going to sound pretty good. So me being a former League of Legends player, I'm going to be clicking a lot, keep my action per minute up as much as I can. Attack. Right click to attack and clear the path. Okay. Feels a little slow on the swing there, but that's probably just something to get used to. There we go. It's a little tricky to collect these things, mainly because I don't think I can right now, so probably shouldn't try. Alright, these are probably going to hurt, so I'm going to roll with D. Ah, that was a bad roll. Let's try this one. There we go. The rolling feels a little slow, if I'm being honest. It feels like it takes a little bit to go into. No rolling over the next one. Step as lightly as you can. Oh, look at that. You can sneak. Very cool. So I seem to be some kind of a goblin kid or something. So currently the camera doesn't really let you zoom in too far, but what you can do is you can kind of get a top-down look, which is kind of nice. But it'd be kind of cool if you could zoom right in on them and see like some of these things right here. Active spell, ancient armor. Shield yourself from the next hit. Sounds good to me. Learn something useful? Cast your first spell with Q. Well, let's see when I'll actually need it. Maybe when I fight this dude, huh? Actually, let's see if it just persists. I think it might just persist. Oh, look, it won't even open until I cast it anyway. The more damage you take, the less damage you deal. Stamina is both your health and your attack power. So these green bars, I guess I deal 2 right now. I'll probably deal 2 damage to him. Yeah, there we go. So my attack is currently worth 2 right now. There we go. Not too bad. Now, I gotta keep in mind I got this dodge roll, so I have to utilize it. But the dodge roll, like I said before, it doesn't feel really juicy, you know? At least not at the moment. The boy woke up behind bars, but he hadn't done anything wrong. Or had he? Out early for good behavior? Alright, so let's explore a little bit, shall we? Notice, please don't put any prisoners into cell number 1 until the ceiling is fixed. Do fix the ceiling, please. And fix those other holes as well. The dungeon is full of them. I wonder if that's kind of just a funny shot at the fact that literally we can see through the ceiling. Or not. That's a pretty good shot if it is. I like that a lot, actually. Now, what's this thing right here? Ooh, look at that. I take it that's a checkpoint station. Very nice. Very juicy. I love the feel of that. Alright, what's this dude up to right here? Here's the deal. Find only stamina orbs. Take it or leave it. So this guy, this was something that was discussed. If you might find these deals every now and then. And they can both help or hinder you. So I can make a deal with this guy and only find stamina orbs for the whole thing. So I won't have to worry so much about my health, but I won't really have magic. I'm going to leave it right now because I want the full experience, at least for this first go-around. And let's see how this goes down. Ooh, crap. Alright, that didn't go as well as I would have hoped. I have to remember to dodge, so let's try that again with this guy. Now that I know how he works. Nope. Don't die on me, boy. We've still got a story to tell here. I like that. Alright, so I gotta dodge if I want to be effective in this game. So you really gotta utilize that dodge roll. Ah, no! So it looks like he actually was able to harm me during the charge up for his attack. Usually you don't really want... Oh, look at that, I gotta start from scratch. Yikes. I guess checkpoints aren't truly implemented just yet. But anyway, like I was saying, usually you don't want the wind-up of someone's attack to actually harm them. You want it to be the actual follow-through that harms them, you know? So... I would prefer it if that, you know, part really didn't do anything. Look at that, so everything's randomized. That's right, so checkpoints really won't mean anything because it's all randomized. So, this is all pretty much the same. It seems very procedurally generated. What's his offer here? Get a random extra spell now, but only 1 maximum magic. I'm going to stay away from that right now. Uh-oh, I don't get that full charge thing right now, and I got to face a ghost immediately again. So I got to be careful. Ah, damn, just missed. Ooh, this is a tricky start. So you're... Wait, does he hurt just by touching him? Oh, that's no good. No, you can't just touch something and get hurt by it. They have to be actively attacking, right? Huh. Interesting. So, I mean, this is all randomly generated, which means that's how it's going to go. Now, because of this, I have to see this beginning part every time, and it's just a question of me waiting for the gate to open. It'd be cool if down the line, the game would actually recognize when you've played before and just be like, okay, here you go, you're out, go for it. I don't know why I start with one less health. That's kind of a real disadvantage for me, considering, but it's something you just got to work around. Now, I currently don't have that spell right here, so I got to be all tricky about it. I got to be good with my combat, which hasn't really been determined too much how to do that crap. Ah, look at that. Boy, it is tricky to dodge roll out of things. It'd be nice if there was a block button. Actually, let me check the controls real quick and make sure I'm not missing one. Maybe there is a block button I don't know about. There's the dodge roll. I see that. First spell, second spell, third spell, targetable spell, but nothing really for dodge roll. Let's see. Currently, ghosts do contact damage, but other enemies don't. So that's kind of tricky, don't you think? If they just full-on hurt all the time, how am I supposed to melee attack them safely, especially when I'm forced to immediately out of the gate? That's kind of tricky, I would think. I like it a lot more when they just have their attacks. In general, I've never been a big fan of games where enemies hurt you on contact. So let's see. Hopefully these... there we go. Finally some stamina out the gate. That'll help, and I have a little something to come back to if I need it. Wow, but that is a tough guy. I'm going to have to try to hit him as best I can with all my stamina. Alright. And then whack, and whack. Alright, there we go. See, it's a lot easier when I'm not hurt immediately, because again, with the way the game works, you need health to deal damage, which is a definitely interesting take on it. What is this thing? Guess we'll find out as we go, won't we? Alright, what's your deal for me, buddy? Here's the deal. Your damage comes from your magic instead of your stamina. Now that's interesting. That's a really cool deal, and that's a great twist on the mechanic of the game. Right now I don't want to do that, but maybe I'll come back to him when I have 2 health. Oh, what? I only knocked him out? They're killing me. Oh crap, he's back. Oh shoot. Okay, let's just move away from that. Let's just move past that. This is a dead end. I don't suppose there's any spells in here. Another one of these. All right, let's find out what these purple things do. We'll find out the old-fashioned way by doing. Dodge. Okay, they're little familiars that deal damage for me. Alright, I got whacked, but that's fine. There's health around here. This has been a much better roll for me, I feel like. There's a lot more health for me to fall back on. I'm going to have to dodge roll through this very carefully. Wait for it and move. There we go. It'd be kind of nice if the dodge roll provided iframes, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's kind of a standard with dodge rolls, is whenever you're dodge rolling, you actually can't get hurt. So that'd be a good way to do that, if only because when you're fighting melee versus melee and you're dodge rolling, you don't have many places to roll. With safely, I should say, rather. So you're going to need what you can get. So, like... If I'm going to be rolling away, I'm going to be putting distance between me and the enemy. Ow, that came up way earlier than I thought it would. And if I'm putting distance on the enemy, I have to walk back to kill him. So you can see how it would be really handy if I had iframes to work with. So at the very least, I'm not too concerned about putting distance between him and I before I attack him again. Whoa, okay, there's the ghost. I can choose to just not fight these guys. Crap, he goes through walls. Of course he goes through walls. Why do I put everyone to sleep? I want to kill him. Everybody else gets to kill. I don't get to be part of the kill fest? Alright, maybe it's just red ghosts that go... Nope, they all go through walls. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a little posse. I gotta walk silently through these while I'm being chased. Nope, dead. Ah, shoot. That wasn't great. So, yeah, I guess I just gotta learn to actually fight a little more. Alright, let's try again. I'm enthralled by this game, to say the least. It definitely plays well for the most part. I still feel like the dodge roll needs a more of an initial, thump when you're rolling. When you watch it happen, it's kind of it's a weird pickup. It's kind of slow into the beginning, but you still move forward at like a weird speed. So it feels like it should really jut you forward really quick and then drop off a little bit. I've said it before many times, Dark Souls has a great dodge roll mechanic, and that is the dodge roll mechanic to learn from, really. If your game's going to heavily rely on dodge roll, always check out Dark Souls for an example of how to... Ouch! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Of how to do it. Please have health. Of course not. Let's not give Highsight a chance or anything. Health, please. Health, please. Please, health. No. There, okay. At least something. Like, I'd like it if I could dodge roll through these lightning strikes, for example. Because it's a little tricky to dodge them in general, so if I could dodge roll through them with iframes, that'd feel way more satisfying. Alright, you. Ah, no. Oh, right, I'm going to deal less damage to him. Oh, I forgot about that. That's rough. This is a brutally hard game, especially considering you start off at your not weakest state, but weaker state. So the developer says he's never actually played Dark Souls. I could not, for this particular game you're making right here, I could not recommend it enough. This is a game that could benefit very much from a playthrough of Dark Souls, the developer playing through it, and taking some tips. The way you're doing things right now is relatively fine, but I'm just saying, never hurts to learn from some big players. Okay, what's this? A rat man? I'm fighting a rat man? That's an interesting take on the rat fight genre. Crap. And because Dark Souls is full of melee fights, and the dodge roll mechanic is heavily relied on in that. Alright, let's keep it moving. Yoink. Alright. I must say now, as far as the music goes, I enjoy the music quite a bit. This is a good theme for the game so far. I really don't get why I'm just knocking enemies out, though. That kind of bugs me, because it means I'm never truly safe. Hopefully that'll... See, look, the Rat Man is even getting back up. The Rat Man! It's supposed to be a joke on rats, who are usually the easiest enemies in the game. Another thing I'm noticing is, when I swing, you hear the swing sound happening, right? Well, it doesn't actually connect until a little while after the swing sound. Get extra magic spell now. You know what? Might as well. Might as well. I haven't gotten any spells yet. Why not get one now? Barbaric Bow. Attack as if you had full stamina. Interesting. That's pretty handy as hell, actually. Oh, I only lost one magic. I didn't go down to one magic. That's not as bad. Alright, let's sneak through that. There we go. Alright, just more goodies down here, really. Yeah, I can find some of those diamond thingies. There we go. But I will say, for the stage the game is at right now, exceptionally well polished. I'm actually really impressed by how polished it is. And it's kind of cool to give a roguelike game the mechanic of having a narrative behind it. I really like that idea a lot, because it's going to open up... Now, but you have to be careful, because that could lead to people hearing the same lines over and over again, which could be detrimental to the game. Careful, those are real swords. Awesome. Thanks for the advice. Alright, there we go. That somehow dealt more than... How did I deal... Oh, I know how. Oh, see, I didn't even hit him right there. That was weird. I definitely clicked on him. Fortunately, I do get first strike, so if I plan it out right, I can usually get the kill. But anyway, I'm not going to have time to read these. I need to note this right now. Because of the whole enemies waking up mechanic, because I'm not actually killing them, I'm not going to be able to read these, because enemies are just going to come back if I wait too long. So that's a huge detriment to me. There's no gain for me to read these. Now, the combat is going to feel very samey after a while, because it's going to be the same pattern over and over again of attack and back off, attack and back off. And you see how I'm swiping there? And you hear the swipe sound, but you have to wait like an extra second. So I'm going off of the audio cue to judge the rhythm of combat, and the audio cue is off for what I'm going for. So that's going to be a detriment to me. I'm definitely going to want more heads up when I'm done attacking. A totem, something I can approve of. Passive effect, Vanquisher. Deal +1 damage to ghosts. That's handy. I like that. Oh, do I like that. Okay. Let's get this guy. So if you're gonna have a rhythm style combat, which this game clearly is, for one thing, if it's melee combat, I'm gonna mostly recommend that unless you're gonna give me long range weaponry of some sort, give me some kind of blocking mechanic. A blocking mechanic would be so pro. So the rhythm of combat isn't attack and walk away, instead of it being attack and then press a button to defend. That would be pretty balls. And you could somehow work the stamina mechanic into that as well, I'm sure. Like, you can only block an attack if you are at a high enough stamina where his attack won't do enough. Like, if he has 5 stamina and I have 4, I wouldn't be able to block it, let's say. Oh, those ghosts, though. There we go. Thank you, gem thingy, for stopping him from hurting me, I guess. Hopefully the ghosts stay away forever. That'd just be mean if they come back. I'm gonna guess they come back, don't they? Plus, they hurt on contact, so I gotta be careful of that. Ooh, look at that, a spell. The one time I waste my mana to get a spell. The power of the gods, and these books have. Alright, ancient armor, there we go, that's handy. That's really handy. But I will say, I am clearly adapting. The more I'm playing, the better I'm getting at this game. This is obvious. This is a great sign for any game. There we go. And of course, there's a big steamroll mechanic wherein if I'm doing well, I'm going to start dishing out the damage way more, which is pretty boss. Alright, so I have my arcane shield, and that looks like some kind of boss thing, so we're going to go down here real quick, just make sure. Nope, nothing else of importance, it seems, so let's move on. Before this guy wakes up, hopefully. I can dispatch him pretty easy, but here we are. Alright, so, a guardian, so they were real. Ow, I've spent way too much time reading that. Oh, I can't harm him right now, can I? I'm timing my dodge roll with the animation, and I think that's a bad idea, because it looks like the animation takes like a second beforehand. Oh no. Oh no. That's death. Shoot. Huh. Boy, that is a long attack. Oh, he has a lot of health too. But I'm going to guess that is the first and maybe only boss in the game at the current state it's in, the alpha version. But I will say, this game definitely has a lot of potential. It's got a lot of good ideas, but I think it needs more defensive mechanics. It needs something to allow you to have enemies go more all out than they currently can, while still allowing you to have defensive options. Right now, the dodge roll mechanic works, but I think iframes would make it so much better. So much better. Because, like, for example, that gust that was going on right there, if I could roll through that gust instead of trying to roll away from it, it would make it so much easier. Because you got to remember, and I'm going to demonstrate this real quick right here, the dodge roll mechanic doesn't work in the direction you're facing necessarily. It works in the direction of the last place you're aiming for, I guess I should say. So, for example, come on. Gotta wait for that again. If I'm looking this way and I press D, nothing's gonna happen. I need to have active momentum going that way to make it happen. I'd like it if the dodge roll were more responsive, and maybe even if you actually dodge rolled towards wherever the mouse currently is instead of where the character's moving. That would give me a lot more control over situations, because I can more quickly move my mouse up and press D than I can move my mouse up, click, and then wait for him to turn and then press D. There's got to be that responsiveness to it, otherwise it doesn't really work as well for instantaneous reaction, you know what I'm saying? But I think that a lot of this would be solved with iframes, you know, just in moments where you're invulnerable during the dodge roll. And again, I think that a great example of what to look at for this game would absolutely be Dark Souls. It'd be a great page to take out of it. But overall, excellent start, very cool looking alpha. I think it's got a lot of potential. It's definitely well polished as it is, and I really want to see more out of this. This is And So It Was, ladies and gentlemen. Go check it out, go grab the alpha while you can, and consider contributing to their Indiegogo. I'm Highsight, and this has been Indie Insights. I'll see you next time.